What's up, everybody? It's Joey Bags. So, I got to talk about something. We all probably have seen the ads from Turtle Beach with their new VelocityOne race wheelbase. You've probably already seen my previous videos that I've done. It was a video I was shitting on Fanatec, and I kind of mentioned this. And I did another video about the Turtle Beach. I think it was like the day after, or it was like the same day or the day after that they announced that pre-order, that drop online. In the time that's come about, there's been tons of speculation. Different pages, subreddits. They've got information going back and forth. One place I heard somebody that's in the know is saying it's 9 Newton meters. It was funny that Sunday morning, I woke up to a notification on my phone, a new video drop from a YouTuber I follow. And I'm watching the video and I'm like, oh, snap. Okay, a lot of the same points that I made. It's funny, but, cool. So it seems that either it's a little slow out there with the news with the Daytona 24 that was just happened this weekend. I think the online, I think iRacing or something like that. Not a lot of hardware has come out in the past few weeks. I mean, we've had a couple of pedals that came out, but, I'm a small fry. I'm not getting any of that good stuff. Boosted Media, shout out to Will. They do great stuff. Of course, they've always got things coming up. They got a new shifter video that was awesome. Yeah, but for the most part, my feed hasn't really been a lot of videos on hardware. So, oh, you know what? I think Dave Cam, shout out to him too. Awesome sim racer, awesome YouTuber. I think he had. Oh, I think he had something. You know what? No, I think it was race videos. Maybe I was mistaken. Oh, Dan DiMaggio, shout out to you, bro. He's got Moza video. I think that either dropped or is about to drop. I need to double check. He had some Camus videos come out. He had some, I think it was VNM pedal video that dropped. Awesome looking pedals. Shout out to Dan. Definitely take a look at that video. Those pedals are looking kind of hot. So really, my feed was a little slow. I mean, a few things here and there, but really not as much as, in the past. There's, the months before. And we're still reeling from the Fanatec debacle. I've always got to mention Fanatec. And I know the Fanatec fanboys, the dick riders are going to come in, oh, you always got to talk about Fanatec and blah, blah. Yes, I am. And you know what? I do have Fanatec gear. And I have quite a bit of Fanatec gear now, apparently. I still haven't hooked it up because I already mentioned why. But you know what? I do have it. So guess what? I can rightfully talk shit about how long it took them 22 days to even, get my order sorted out to be sent to me after I paid for it. But, that's whatever. There's a ton of people that are still going through it. There's a bunch of people that are now, if you look at the subreddit, if you look at the Fanatec forums, people that are, just now complaining that, their stuff isn't as, it's breaking down. They're having issues. It's still the same bull. So it is what it is. But that's neither here nor there. This is the Turtle Beach video. Like I said before, not a lot of stuff has come out. And then I came across this video here that I found online from them. The speculation is it going to have a quick release? It does. If it does have a quick release, what kind? It looks like it's going to be an NRG style. How many Newton meters is it going to be? What exactly is, what's the software going to be like? All these questions that, quite honestly, Turtle Beach hasn't really put out much with. They've got the pre-order. They've put out some stuff, but they haven't gotten into the gritty details. And quite honestly, for a $650 price tag, these are some things that they should put out early. We can go ahead and put our tinfoil caps on and say, hey, maybe they're not releasing some of this info because if they do, it'll hamper their pre-order. Once people see, what kind of power it's pushing, what games are going to be using that display, is the quick release, proprietary or not, are they going to have extra wheels? A lot of these things that if they, set it early and people aren't happy, they're not going to pre-order. So they may just want to, cash grab, like I said, this whole thing was, cash grab as soon as they can. So let's get into this video. And what I'm going to do is I'll pause it in some sections so that way I can kind of like give you my thoughts on what I'm seeing here. So let's get into it. There's no audio on here, so it's just going to be, you know, me talking about this. So off jump, let's pause that. No, let's pause that at the pedal. So off jump, if you saw what that wheelbase size looks like. You know what? Let's go back a little bit. Let's see if we can scrub back. Look at this in this dude's arms. Look at this. That actually doesn't look very large. Now, you can kind of see, I mean, it's a little bit hard to tell, but this section here, I have a strong feeling this is where the screen is. And then you've got a flat plane that comes down and then to this rounded base section here. I've got a feeling, looking at this, when I saw this, I had to go through, you know, image searching real quick. The size of this kind of looks a bit like the Thrustmaster T300. Maybe the TG2. I mean, it could be. I was looking. I didn't grab it. My G29. It looks just maybe a little bit bigger than my G29. Now, let's go through this. This is actually an important part here. Like the aspect of the size in relation to the person. Let's go ahead and. All right. They take his controller. Those pedals, quite honestly, look kind of cool. They give me a little Thrustmaster. Actually, no. You know what? A G29. You see, they're saying force feedback motor. You know what? Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's take a look at this. Oh, actually, okay. So here we go. This is great. So you can see the quick release here. Now, this looks like a NRG styled quick release. Now, NRG style quick releases use 10 ball bearings. 6 along the top, 4 along the bottom. That's how it locks in. I'm not seeing a separation. It could just be that it's a little off. It's a little skewed because of, you know, them placing it onto the wheel stand. Now, looking at it in relation to the wheel stand, that really does look like... Okay, if we eliminate this top section here where the screen is, you know, this is pretty much the plastic here. This is the base. If we're looking at the wheel hub here, going back, there's really not that... It doesn't look like there's a lot of space for a motor. Now, I've been mulling this over and over and over. The size of this really does look like a T300, maybe a little bit bigger than a G29, maybe a TG2. You know, it looks not as wide as like maybe a Fanatec CSL Elite from back in the day, the belt-driven ones. It looks a little bit smaller than that. And we already talked about the pedals. There we go. Okay, so you see the little break there. So this is leading me to believe that it is an NRG style. As you see, it's replaceable. Actually, a kind of nice wheel. You know what? Let's see if we can go back. And all right, so this right here. All right, I'm gonna show you a little something. I actually have my PXN wheelbase right here in my hands. And I'm going to show you, let me get into this so I can make sure I'm pointing this correctly. You see, this is the nose, the hub of the PXN V12 6 Nm wheelbase. This is how big this wheelbase is. This is an all-metal construction. It's got a plastic plate in the back and in the front. But this here helps dissipate the heat along with the fans that are included in there. But if you see the hub on that compared to the hub that's on my PXN, it's very similar. Now, I'm going to grab my Moza R5. And you can see Moza uses a different pin design. So it looks like the electric connectors at the front of that hub look closer to like what PXN is using. And for scale, you can see this is the Moza R5 wheelbase. You know, once again, metal here, plastic in the back, metal in the front. This maybe I could see kind of fitting in that plastic shell. So I have a strong suspicion that this is going to be a NRG styled hub, which is great. So that means wheels like these. Wheels like these. So here's my Moza wheel, where I can easily go ahead and take my, let me grab this. We got my PXN. We got my Moza wheel. And as you can see, my Moza wheel locks into my PXN perfectly fine because it's the same styled quick release. Vice versa, I can grab, let me grab my PXN wheel. Let me take my wheel cover off my PXN wheel, which I think that's going to be an 11-inch wheel, which is very similar to this. This is an 11-inch wheel. Also, let's move the mic a little bit. This is an 11-inch wheel. So I can take this wheel. Let me grab my Moza R5. Line up everything. Make sure my cables don't get tangled up. My mic cable, my headphone cable. I'm locked into place. And here we go. I now have my Moza wheel, my PXN wheel on my R5 base. So the great part of there we go. So the great part of them using this NRG styled quick release is that you have wheel options. So if you wanted to use, let's say, a Moza KS wheel. So if this is using that and you want to use like the Moza KS wheel on it, all you would need is the Moza universal hub to connect the KS wheel to your PC directly, and power and data for the buttons is all transferred and handled via the universal hub and pit house, so you can map your buttons. Well, actually no, you know what, I don't even think you need pit house. You should still have it there, but you know, connecting the universal hub to the KS wheel directly to the PC, it's going to work. The direct drive is what handles the force feedback. You're good there. In the case of like my PXN wheel, you probably can't see it, but there is a USB-C plug right here. So I can plug that wheel directly into my PC and it works. So I can use that on my Moza direct drive because, you know, the wheel is directly connected to the PC. The PC is handling the connections. So for PC, you've got wheel interoperability, and that is awesome. If this is the kind of hub that they're using, if it sticks to where it has the, I think it's, 6 along the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if it uses the 6 on top and the 4 on the bottom, so that's a bonus. Let's go back to this video. The wheel looks really nice. It's nice they give you a little cover. The rotaries on it look awesome. All the buttons, the design of the wheel is actually really nice. We'll see if this is leather or if it's vinyl. If it's leather, it's a bonus. If it's not, if it's just vinyl, still looks nice. I can't complain. Let's see. High fidelity performance with Hall effect sensors. That's probably for the pedals. Let's see. So you see, this is where, let's go back a little bit. So this is where you can see the size of it a little bit. It's really to look at the scale. My whole reason for really being on top of this the way it is that I'll just loop it in the background now so that way you guys can just take a look. My reason for really getting on the scale of how big this casing is because of how much power it's going to put down. If you look at it, if you look at the casing size, if you look at the size hub, you know, if you think back and you do your own research and you look online at different views, like I just showed you, PXN's motor base is rather large. To fit inside of a plastic enclosure, to get that to properly cool and work proper, you know, I would feel that it would be a little bit larger than that. The R5, as you see, is a little bit smaller, and the R3 is even smaller than the R5. The R3, if I remember right when I had it in my hands, is about about this much. So from my palm facing this way forward to the hub, it's much smaller. And that's 3 Newton meters. Now, the reason I say this is because they haven't released how strong the thing is. People online are saying, oh, it's going to be 9. My guess, it's going to probably be 3 to 5. That's where I'm, you know, at. Like, my educated guesses with my experience having different type of hardware, that is my educated guess, is that it's going to be at about between 3 and 5 Newton meters. I'm going to be hopeful that it's 5 plus. I doubt it. I'm leaning more toward 5 and under, but probably no less than 3. They really couldn't do less than 3, or at that point, why bother? Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, you know, there's got to be another, you know, direct drive that's small and, you know, it's about that size. Well, in racking my brain, I did see and did come up with the Logitech G Pro. The Logitech G Pro is I think it's a 10 Newton meter direct drive. That's in a plastic casing. I believe it's bigger. I'm going to think it's a little bit bigger in scale than what Turtle Beach is showing here. I think if I were to put the G Pro and this Turtle Beach VelocityOne together, I have a feeling the Logitech G Pro is going to be just a little bit bigger. Now, you're going to say, but Joey, if the G Pro is 10 Newton meters and it's a little bit bigger, then that's good news. You would think so. But the G Pro from Logitech, who they kind of make better peripherals, is $1,000. They want $650 for this, with the pedals included, that button box, and the integrated screen. Yeah, if they're doing all of that at $650, I don't think we're going to be seeing a 9, 10 Newton meter motor in there. I strongly think we're probably going to be looking at 3 to 5. In my heart, I want to say 5. My brain is telling me 3. My heart is telling me 5. And really, you got to think about it for mass production, you know, to get this out in, you know, to get this done at scale, to pump it out. This is Turtle Beach we're talking about, so they do have connections with big box stores. So, you know, here in the States, we're looking at Best Buy, Micro Center, Target, Walmart. You know, these are places where you can still find Logitech's wheels, which they probably want about 300 and something bucks for those wheels, and they're not direct drives. You're not finding some of the other sim stuff unless you go to like a Micro Center. Best Buy, about the best you're getting is the Logitech G923. So that's their, like, I think the G923 still goes for like a few $100, like maybe $300-400 at like Best Buy. I would, you know, I wonder, you know, while I chit chat, let me check this out. So, like, my heart tells me it should be 5. My brain is telling me it's probably going to be closer to 3. And the reason I get to all this is because of the price. Let's see. Best Buy, Logitech, I think 923. Yeah, so the 923 at Best Buy is like $350. Yeah, I'm $350. That's even that's rough for something that's not a direct drive. When Camus, $250. Shout out to Camus. I love the C5. Yeah, that's what I think. I'm thinking, looking at the size of this thing, I don't think it's going to be 9 newton meters. I don't think it's going to be 9 or 10 newton meters. It would be a miracle if it was 5. If it was 5 for the $650, if it's 5 newton meters with a replaceable wheel that uses an NRG style hub, so you can use another wheel that you can connect to your PC, a button box, and a display for $650 with a pedal set that has a load cell. We'll see how much of a load cell this is. I think at that point, that's a little rough. I can maybe see, yeah, you get the screen and the button box. That's a bonus. The Moza R5 is $499 for the bundle. And okay, so the Moza bundle comes with not this rim, the round one, but this ES wheel, which it's not bad, you know, and it's a pretty decently sized, you know, wheelbase. It's not horrible. It comes with the desk clamp, which you can still use this on a desk. You can use a clamp to a desk, and it comes with the SRP light pedals, not load cell pedals. They're Hall effect sensor pedals, but they're not bad pedals. You do have to kick that 50 extra, but no, I think it's less. I think it's 40. I think I just got gouged on Amazon for the brake performance kit. The brake performance kit, quite honestly, that's a must. If you get the Moza's at $499. I think it's actually $459. $459. Pay the 40 extra bucks and get the brake performance kit. You're at $499. That's cheap, and you can get it on Amazon. You can get it at rickmotech.com. Shout out to Rick Motech. They're local to me, 20 minutes. They're super awesome, great guys. You can order it from Micro Center if you're in the States. I think that bundle they actually ship. It's not one of their in-store onlys. And I think there's a few other resellers that you can hit the webs, you know, online and order it and not get stuck, because the whole Moza's having issues too, like Fanatec and getting things shipped. So, you know, you don't have to go through Moza. Like, I got mine from Amazon. I got gouged a little bit, but I got it from Amazon and I got it in 2 days. So you got an option there, and it's cheaper than this Turtle Beach thing. Oh, you can see how this hurts. The Fanatec setup. Fanatec is slowly starting to get their shit together, I think. At least for the States, their shit should have kind of gotten together. So maybe if you place an order, you'll get it on time. If you look online, the stories, us in the States are getting it a little bit better. Things are happening a little bit easier. So, you know, I can't keep giving them shit as long as they, you know, keep improving the CSDD Pro debacle with waiting for Sony. That's you check out my other video. It's Fanatec doing what Fanatec does. But, you know, when we're talking about price for performance and what you're getting, Fanatec has pedigree. I've said this in another video, and this is what bothers me. Fanatec has the history of making decent products, or to some people, great products. You know, they've got the history of having history. And when they lowered the prices on the CSLs, it really changed the game. It really, really changed the game. They really did make direct drive for just about everybody. So when you can hit up one of their ready-to-race bundles that works on PC and Xbox, like this Turtle Beach one, for 469, I think I said, or 479, something like that. And that's the CSLDD 5 newton meter, not the 8 newton meter boost. So it's 5 newton meter CSLDD with the CSL pedals, Hall effect pedals, which you'll need a brake performance kit. I highly suggest you get that, or at least, if anything, get a little stiffer elastomer to stick in the little hole that, the little stick thing that's in the back of the brake pedal now, if you don't want to do that. And the McLaren GT3 wheel for under $500. Yeah, you're not getting a button box, you're not getting a dash, but to what I'm reading, that dash is only working with Forza at the moment. Let me see if I can double check this. I'm going to fact check myself. It's quasi live. Let's see. VelocityOne race screen. VelocityOne display. Helped if I spelled display correctly. Yeah, it doesn't really say. Yeah, I'm not finding anything. Yeah, I'm not finding anything quick. And I'm not going to sit here with dead air, while you watch me scroll through. To what I thought I saw online somewhere, they were saying Forza. Kind of makes sense. It's an Xbox title. So on PC and console, it's going to kind of run. Well, it's going to control. You can use the game and the SimCade. You can use the SimCade, whatever you want to call it, on both PC and Xbox. The two items that this is compatible with. So if that display only works with PC and Xbox, then Forza is going to be it, because that's their newest thing that they're really pushing. That's Microsoft's jam. I have a hard time really recommending this if it's going to be like 5 newton meters when you can get some other stuff cheaper. You really can. You can get Moza cheaper. You can get Fanatec cheaper. Well, okay. If you're on PC only, Fanatec is a go. Moza is a go. Camus, the C5, is $250. Use code JoeyBags at checkout. Yep, this is some not self promotion, but I'm hooking you guys up. I'm not giving you my affiliate link. Just use my code, so at least you get the discount. You're not using my affiliate link to send me money, which I should be doing, but no, I'm just gonna give you my code so you save 5%. So the Camus C5 is $250. Add on some pedals from someplace else, cheap. Thrustmaster TLCM, whatever they're called, they're load cell pedals that are like $200 on Amazon. Find them used, even cheaper. You're at a lower price point, and it's going to work on PC. And PXN, if you can find it, Alibaba, they've got it there. That was like 5 and change from them. And this is Future Joey cutting into the video you're currently watching just to make it a little bit longer. I forgot a whole entire portion of it. So, like I was talking about, the 4 entry-level wheelbases that are kind of in the same price range, actually a little bit cheaper than this Turtle Beach one. I completely glossed over the fact that it's also Xbox compatible. Now, off rip, 2 of the 4 bases that I mentioned are console compatible. So, the Fanatec Ready to Race bundle with the GT3 wheel. That bundle, I specifically picked that one for $479 because the GT3 wheel is Xbox compatible. That's, you just hook it up and it works. That's good to go. The PXN is compatible with both Xbox and with PlayStation 5. Actually, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. For Xbox, you have to plug a Xbox controller. Actually, I can show you. You plug an Xbox controller into the USB port that says gamepad right back here. So you plug a Xbox controller into that, and it works on console. It works on console. For PlayStation, you plug this little N5 dongle into the back, into where it says gamepad, and it works on PlayStation. So those are the two of the four that work on console with little to no problem. You can get the Camus C5 to work on console. Also, what was the other one? The Moza R5. To do that, you need a little device like this. This is the Brook Resolution 2. Now, this is the blue one. This is the Resolution 2. The reason this one works with PlayStation and Xbox. The red one only works with Xbox. Actually, this works with PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. They have done firmware updates to add in more equipment like Moza, Moza bases, the Moza Universal Hub, Fanatec gear, and a few other different brands. The problem with this aspect, though, if you go with the Resolution, the force feedback isn't as great. You're using a middleman product to kind of get it to work, so you may have some problems. You know, you may run into some compatibility issue. You may run into some force feedback isn't the same. The control isn't the same. You know, little things. If you go back, I have a few videos where I use the Resolution with different sims, using different hardware. So, you know, I won't bore you with all that. This is an option for the Moza and for the Camus wheels. For Fanatec and PXN, you can plug the Fanatec directly into the consoles, and same for the PXNs, except for PXN you have to either add that dongle for PS5 or the controller for Xbox. That's really it. And I just looked online because I had to fact check myself. This will show up probably a little bit later in the video, or it might have already glossed it. I can't remember off the jump, but I double checked. And on the 16th, when they announced the pre-order, they announced that Forza was going to be one of the games that was going to work with the display to send telemetry. It looks like they backpedaled on that, and they said as the system matures, more titles will be announced. So now they don't even announce what games will work on it. There you go. Now we'll get back to our regularly scheduled video that is currently in progress. I'm trying to think. After that, Simmagic, you're looking at about 500 or so for their entry level base only, not anything else. So, you know, the same with Asetek. Great equipment, but their barrier to entry is a little bit higher. Their cost to entry is a bit higher. So, you know, I'm talking about entry level. You're really looking at Moza, Fanatec, PXN, which nobody's going to want to touch because they're a third party. They're a Chinese brand, but don't worry about that. I've been using it for months. I love it. Camus, same deal, but this is a great effing wheel, like a great effing wheel. So you've got 4 entry level options that are cheaper than this Turtle Beach one. I'm not even going to go with the Logitech G Pro because that's $1,000 for the base and then another $350 for the pedals. So you're looking at $1,300 to get into new Logitech stuff. That's not even an option. That's where you're at. Really, until we get it in our hands, pretty much what I'm doing is talking shit, really. I mean, you know, I'm going with educated guesses with my experience with my own sim equipment, with all the different type of sim equipment that I've already got, you know, looking at sizes, using my eyes and, you know, my experience and seeing what's out there and kind of gauging what's possible, what would be feasible, what would probably be cost effective for a major manufacturer, because Turtle Beach we can consider a major manufacturer. You know, what would be cost effective for them to offer? You know, would it be cost effective for them to offer high end, you know, or should I say high Newton meter torque in like a plastic bodied, what looks like a little bit bigger than G29, maybe the same size as G29. I think that screen is what kind of gives it that bigger overall look. You know, and for 650 bucks, I don't think so. I've already told you what your options are. I'm already telling you what I'm thinking it is. Until the end of February, I think February 26th is probably when we'll know. Maybe a few weeks before that, because, you know, there's going to be some big YouTubers, like I think Geek Street, you know, he's been doing some sim stuff for a minute now, and he's got a following and a half, so I'm sure he's going to get one. Well, that video will pop up pretty soon. I have no doubt that Will at Boosted is gonna get his hands on one. I hope he does. I know that might be a little bit too, you know, like garbage for him because he's, you know, up here. But I mean, why not? So I hope he does because I love his videos, especially his long form videos. You know, a few other ones. Barry's not around, hasn't been around for a minute, so we're not going to see a video from him. And some of the other guys, they may not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure we'll get a ton of videos. Hopefully we get a ton of videos. Hopefully I get some way. I'm probably going to have to buy it because I'm a nobody. So I'm probably going to have to buy this to get it, to give you guys my review. But this is, you know, in a few weeks you can come back to this video and you can tell me if I was right or if I was wrong with my hypothesis on what kind of hub they're using, what kind of power it is. Will we be able to use different wheels with it, which we most likely will, unless they pull a Fanatec, which I doubt. But unless they pull a Fanatec, where Fanatec, you have to use their hub to their base to get force feedback to work. That's a little grimy on their part. So you've got to get some type of adapters if you want to use another type of quick release. Could they do some proprietary shit like that? Yes, they could. Will they? I hope not. You know, if they do something where if those contacts aren't hitting right, you know, or if it doesn't detect the contacts from that wheel to then lock out force feedback, that would be some grimy shit. I can see that happening too. I could so see that happening. Moza doesn't do that to you. PXN doesn't do that to you. Simmagic doesn't do that to you. You know, they don't. Fanatec is the only ones that lock out force feedback if you're not using a Fanatec wheel or hub. They're the only ones that do that. If Turtle Beach does some bullshit like that, if they find some way to do that, that's like DRM on their freaking wheelbase. That'll be some bull. I hope they don't do that. God, I hope I didn't give them the idea to do that. But in a few weeks, we'll see what kind of wheels we can use, what kind of power it is, what that screen is going to work with. Hopefully, if it is only with if it's only with Forza, hopefully we got some people out there in the community or, you know, just some people in the gaming space, period, that will try to figure out a way around it. Or the Sim Hub guys will figure out a way to, you know, intercept the code. I mean, because we could do it on... I can use my PlayStation, my Xbox to send telemetry from Gran Turismo and ACC to a dash on my phone. If anybody can figure out, the Sim Hub guys I know can figure it out. But, yeah, in a few weeks we'll be able to find that out. Of course, if anything comes up from now till then, I'll do a video just because I'm a video addict. I love making these things. I love bringing you guys all the info I can. Like I said, if I think it, I'm sure somebody else is. And I want to bring you that info. With that, geez, I wanted to do a fast video, 35 minutes, talking about a 38-second video. Who else can do that? Guys, you are all awesome. We are at 329 subs. You are all amazing. I love you guys. You are the best on the planet. You know, the videos are getting viewed. Thank you so much. Sometimes drama sells, sometimes it doesn't, but I want to bring you all the info that I can, you know, all the news that I come about, and you guys are watching the videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I just wish we can get some more subs So if you're watching these videos, if you like what you're seeing, please, please, please hit that sub button. You know, trust me, it helps me a lot. Thumbs upping, liking the videos, I appreciate it. That's awesome. Viewing the videos. I don't care if you don't watch the whole thing, if you just scrub, because yes, I talk a lot. If you just scrub through the video, if I didn't do a TLDW, I just watch the video, watch it in pieces. I'm just happy and I'm honored you're taking your time to watch it. Hit that notification button so that you are notified. Hit that bell so you are notified when I drop the videos, because I drop the videos at weird times. But this is all to say that you guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. All my people all around the world. And we're talking from Spain to Japan and everywhere in between besides the States. You guys are amazing. Thank you all. And with this, a 30-minute video, a 36-minute video about a 38-second video, damn. I'll catch ya on the next one. Peace.